the other thing that we do, I guess more behind the scenes, is we go to places like the CSA meetings. So the CSA, they're the Connectivity Standards Alliance, and they're the people who run the Matter spec and the Zigbee spec. So we're in those rooms, and we have a voice in those rooms to be like, hey, we want lock calibration. It's important to everyone in the market. And, we're able to push our viewpoint there and say, this is the thing that we want to work on. And we can contribute as well to those projects too.
Yeah. And that's the cool thing about the foundation is you can kind of take the community's voice up to the I don't know, the powers that be, I guess, right? That make the decisions on these things, whether it's a Z-Wave Alliance, CSA, or anything like that. Because, I mean, your community base is large enough that, you can throw your weight around a little bit, right? And
Yeah, absolutely. And we have such a line into the user base, because our users are vocal, but they really know what they're talking about. They're exacting, they're very detail orientated a lot of the time. So if there's an issue that's being raised, it's a really important thing to listen to. It's not just complaining for the sake of complaining. It's like, hey, I want to help this thing. I want this thing to be available. Like, how do we do that? And that's so positive and so helpful. Yeah. And like we see it at the community meetups too. Like, so we did one in San Diego a little while ago, and I spoke to a community member there, and I said, tell me about your smart home. And they were a frequent Zeus user. And I said, oh, how's it going? And they said, well, everything's, great, but I have this one issue with blah, blah, blah. And I was like, well, I'm seeing Agnes tomorrow. Tell me what the issue is. And like, I wrote it down on my phone. I still have a note on my phone. And when I saw Agnes, I was like, can you tell me why this thing happens? And she was like, not sure. Like, I'll take that down too. And I'll see what the tech team say and everything else. So having those channels of communication is just, it's really cool.
yeah. And what's cool is a lot of these folks are also involved with the community, right? To say, hey, like they want that feedback. They legit want to make the product better. And same thing. We had Agnes on the podcast forever ago, and same. And it was very like you still get that, even though Zoos is a company that's been around quite a while, right? And they are probably one of the larger players in the smart products. But they still care about what the community has to say or what they want and things like that. And Apollo, same thing, right? Where they literally build products because the community wants X, and they're like, okay, I'll build X, right? It's
But like when you think about it, why would you do it in a different way, right? If you build something that you don't know that there's a need for, why would you bother? Why would you put so much work and effort into making something brand new that's not going to sell either? So it's smart from both standpoints too. But again, like in the actual works with agreement, there's a clause in there which says you have to be a good actor within the community. So it's like that's kind of an interesting phrase, and it basically means like you have to engage with the community, you have to do it in a positive way, you have to take feedback as it's meant, i.e.
You have to be a good
constructively.
community player, right? Like you
Yeah,
can't
for
just
sure. And then you also can't just turn something off, right? You
Yeah.
can't just be like, oh, hey, actually this thing won't work over Matter anymore, or this thing, is going to have a cloud subscription behind it, because then you'd get taken out of the program instantly, for sure. So, yeah.
That is actually a very good clause to have, because time and time again we see, clouds shutting down or rugs being pulled around people's smart home devices.
Yeah,
I'm curious. You don't have to name names, but have you had to pull the badge from anybody?
We will be removing one vendor from the program. It's not because of any issues with devices, particularly, but it's because they haven't re-signed their contract. Yeah, so I haven't been able to. I spoke with them a little while ago, but I haven't been able to make contact since, unfortunately. So yeah, it's actually nothing to do with them being like a bad actor, or there's no device type issues, but because they're not covered by that legal contract, I can't have them in the program going forward. If they want to change their mind and sign the contract and re-engage, I'm totally open to that. But yeah, unfortunately, we'll have to remove them from the program pretty soon. So I'm just actually writing up the like the announcement for that at the moment. So
Yeah.
it's a shame because the devices are fine, but yeah, if I've got no point of contact there, and if they're not answering my phone calls or are answering my emails, then there's no relationship there to build, and that's the whole point of partnerships. Is it's a relationship, it's a back and forth, right? So they shouldn't be.
So
Yeah.
yeah, so I wonder in a case like that, then what's the like? How do you communicate that with the users, right? That's because
Yeah, we
you
have to
see
do
the
it.
blog post for something that came on.
Yeah,
Is there one for
we have
somebody
to
that
do it
comes off?
publicly for sure.
Yeah,
Like we have
yeah,
to be transparent about it, because it's misleading to the community if we weren't transparent about it. So there'll be an announcement, and then on their original blog post where it said that they were joining, we'll put a banner on that saying this is no longer the case, and yeah, it'll be super clear to users that that's happened. Yeah, but it is what it is, you know. Yeah, and it that they're not, because they're not engaging with us. I can't, if, like, again, they're not fulfilling the terms of the contract even if they had signed it, because if a bug is being raised and I need someone on the technical team to act on that, I would have nowhere to go with it. So yeah.
And then it just looks bad for Home Assistant as well, because then you've got something that says works with Home Assistant on the tin, and you have no point of contact. You're just,
Yeah, exactly.
and
And
it
again,
doesn't
that's,
work with Home Assistant at some
well, you
point.
don't, or I don't know if it works with Home Assistant anymore. They could have new
Yeah,
products that are coming out, but again, we haven't received any for testing, blah, blah, blah. So, yeah. And again, one of the terms is that we have a support contact there and we have a technical contact. So I always have someone to go to and say, hey, this thing has popped up on our community. Can we jump on a call and get it fixed? Or do you know how we would fix it? Let's write a quirk for it or whatever. So, yeah. But
that's cool.
overwhelmingly, people have been super responsive, and yeah, we're having really good relationships with manufacturers now, which is great.